Hello everyone, welcome to Data Science YouTube channel. Okay, so today I am taking strings in Python session. How we can create strings in Python and how we can traverse through a string and what is the importance of string and how we can create these strings inside the Python. Okay, so before going into the details of how we create a string, so let's understand what is a string in general terms. String is nothing but a sequence of letters where we try to create a meaningful name, or for example, let's say name of a particular individual. It is a string. The data will be stored in a string format. Okay, so string is one of the data type in Python. Okay, let's see how we can create a string in Python. Okay, so I'm creating a variable name as s is equals to, in order to create a string, you always either you give a single quotation or double quotation. Inside the single or double quotation, you write whatever the statement you want to create, whatever the text you want to create. Okay, let's say I'm using single quotation and I'm mentioning the text as, let's say, hello. Okay. Now, in order to execute Python statement inside the Jupyter notebook, you need to use Shift Enter. Okay. So I'm executing Shift Enter. So now that hello text is stored inside a variable called s. Okay. What I'm saying, that s is a string. How do I know it is a string? Before going into that, see the data type of this s. Let's see what is stored inside s. Okay, let me see s, then shift enter. It will give you the what is stored inside the s. Okay, it is hello. Now I want to see what is the data type of this particular variable. In order to check the type of the data type in of the variable, you utilize the function called type in Python. Okay, type of give the variable name. Okay, I'm giving the variable name as s. Okay, let me execute it. Now see, it is storing inside the string function. Okay, so it is a string object. Now let's see how we can access the elements inside the string. Okay, when I'm saying elements, let's say s is hello, right? Hello has, let's say, 1 2 3 4 5 letters, right? HELLO. There are 5 letters inside a string. Now, if I want to access a single element from this particular text, how can I do that? So, before going into the details, like how many number of elements available in your string, how can we find out? With the help of length function. So, length of s will give you the number of elements inside your string. So, there are 5 elements. Now, always Python always stores values in a zero index. Okay, indexing starts in Python from zero. Okay, so that means zero is h, one the location is ELLO is 1 2 3 4. Okay, now if I want to access the zeroth element inside my string, how can I access? S in a square bracket, give the index number. Okay, so let's say I want to see the first elements inside my text. So s of 0 will give the first index letter. So first index letter is what? H. So s of 0 is 1, h. Now let's say second element, if I want to access, similarly give s square bracket, give the index number, let's say 1. Okay, it will give you the second element. Let's say I want to access the last element in the string, and I don't know the length of my string. So in that case, we can also do the reverse indexing. Okay, so forward indexing and reverse indexing in Python, there are two concepts. One is forward indexing and the other one is reverse indexing. So forward indexing always starts with 0. Reverse indexing always starts with -1. Okay, so forward, in the forward index, 0th element is h and 5th element is o, right? In reverse index, it starts from -1. So -1 is 0, -2 is l, -3 is l, again -4 is E, -5 is H. So that way we can also access the elements from the reverse direction as well. Okay, let's see S of 0 again. In order to understand the forward indexing, I'm giving S of 0. It will come as H. Now let me see the reverse indexing. Okay, -1. So what it needs to give? It should give O, because that is the end index number. Okay, so s of -1, it is O. right? Let's say if I want to see it's s of minus 2, second last element, okay, it will give you L because S is HELLO. So this is my minus 1 index, this is my minus 2 index, this is my minus 3 index, and likewise it will go on. Okay. Now, if I type S, it will give you the entire text. If I want to access the elements, how I am accessing with the help of index number. But let's say one particular individual wants to access the elements, not only one, let's say one or one, 0th index to third index. How can I traverse or how can I slice the text? So this concept we call it as slicing. Like slicing is nothing but which part you want to slice in a bread, right? Similarly here also, how many indexes you want to slice so that you can capture the text, right? Let's say I want to capture first three indexes, okay? First three index of letters I want to capture. So in that case, how can I access those first three elements? Yes, again, the square bracket. Inside the square bracket, give the indexes, okay? Indexes, in order to start, there is a concept called a colon, and before colon, that is the starting index, let's say 0th index, and the end index is nothing but the lower bound and upper bound. Lower bound is nothing but the starting index. Upper bound is nothing but till what element you want to get the elements. Let's say I want to access first three elements, okay? Then 0 to 3. So 0 is the starting index. Till third element it will come. So upper bound will not come. This is excluded. So S 0 to 3, let's see, 0, 1, 2 it will come. So 0 is H, E is 1 and L is 2, right? So 3 is excluded. Always the upper bound is always excluded in Python slicing, okay? Now this is how I can access the elements, whether you want three elements or five elements. Let's create one more string instead of taking a hello. Let me give s is equals to um, uh, this is full stack developer tutorial. This is my uh, text, right? This is my sentence, okay? This is my string. So I'm storing the string inside my s, okay? Now if I want to see what kind of text is available in s, just simply type s. So it will print the entire text. Now let's say I want to access only the first two elements. How can I access? As I mentioned in the previous line, you can access the elements through slicing, right? Give the starting index, let's say 0 to, let's say, first five elements, right? Let's say 0 to 5. Now it is giving THIS. Again, it is also giving space. Space is also one of the index in Python, okay? Don't assume that this is only this means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, if I give 5, then it has to take I. No, it is not the case. Even in this entire text, spaces is also one of the index, okay? So 0, 1, 2, 3, right? 4 is nothing but your S, then the space, then I, okay? Let's say if I want to access first seven elements, okay? Let's say 7. You don't need to mention the starting index. Obviously, Python will take initial index as 0, and I'm taking the first seven letters. So 7 is excluded, but you will indexes are starting from 0, right? So that is why it will try to give you the first seven letters. Okay, let's see. So this is 0, 1, 2, 3, then space is 5, then 6, I, 7 is S. Okay, this is how we can access the elements from the existing string. Let's say now my question is I don't want to access the elements letter by letter, but my question is, let's say this is my string, but I don't want to capture each and every elements from this string. I want to capture every alternate letter. That means, so there is a step function in a string method. So with the help of string step function, you can get which element you want to capture. You can capture that. Okay. Let's say yes. If you give single colon and the other again you give this other colon, then it will try to give you the entire string, right? Whatever we have. Okay. Now if I give the index, this is slicing starting index and the end index, lower bound and upper bound, and the step function I'm giving has 2, then it will always take the alternative number. Okay. So the every time it will try to take the second index. Okay. Now see, T it is selected, then since I gave this step function as 2, so H will be ignored, then I will come. So Ti, then again S will be ignored because I am dropping that, because with the help of a step function I am dropping that. Then again the next index is space, right? Ti space again, then I will be ignored, S will come, right? So because these indexes starts from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, likewise, right? So 0 plus 2, 2 plus 2, 2 4 plus 2, likewise it will go on. Okay, so this functionality we call it as a step function. By default in strings the step is 1, positive 1. Okay, so that is why we are able to get each and every element one by one. If you increase the step size, then automatically it will try to take whatever the step size you mentioned here. Based on that number, it will be adding to your initial index. So that is how we can get. Let's say if I want to take only the every third letter, then I can give, instead of 2, I can give 3. So that it will try to take every third element. Let's say T, then the third element is H, I, then it will ignore, right, then it will try to take S. So TS, again the space I, S is ignored, right? Uh, um, then THI, then S, then after S there is a space, then I, then S, right? It will come the S, then space, likewise it will try to capture the third element, every third element of your string. Okay, so this is about the forward indexing, right? As I mentioned, in the reverse indexing also can happen in string, right? Si minus 1, S of minus 1 will give you the last element, as we discussed previously. So what is the last element? L. So can we use negative indexing with the help of step function? Yes, we can use that. Okay, let's say I'll give you one simple example. As let's say this is Satish, this is Satish, this is my string. Okay, now with the help of negative indexing and a step function, okay, minus 2, if I write like this, it will try to take always the negative index first. Okay, that means minus 2 is what? First one, first it will try to take the 0th index, which is nothing but H. After H it has to add 2, right? So H, then S will be ignored, I will come. Okay, H I, after I, T will be ignored, again A will come, H I A. Then S will be ignored, then the space will come. So HIA space, likewise it will go.